Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Scott Larsen. I'm a chiropractor at the Institute for Health and Healing, and I'm going to be doing a presentation designed to help you uh, in coping with the stress during the COVID-19 health emergency. And basically, what I want you to understand are the different types of stresses that we encounter on a daily basis and what that does to our body, and then a specific coping mechanism known as exercise to deal with the stresses we encounter. And what I'm going to talk about is how to use high intensity interval based training that you can do at home or a convenient location without a gym to build more resilience and to improve your health. So I'm going to open up a couple slides here, and we're going to go through first the different types of stress and then how to use interval based training. So the first thing is acute stress. Acute stress are basically stressors that you experience for a short period of time. Traffic is a classic example. If you get stuck on the bridge and you're going to be late for a meeting every once in a while, that's an acute stress. And your body's going to respond appropriately and kind of predictably. You're going to have increased heart rate, increased blood pressure. You're going to be a little tense. You're going to be worried. There's going to probably be some anxiety about that, and that's an acute stress response, and that's totally normal, and it's all good, and we experience those all the time, and we usually don't have a problem with that. The other type of stress is chronic stress, and these are the stressors that we experience on a continual basis that don't seem to end. It's always kind of there. Toxic relationships, getting stuck in traffic all the time, long-standing, living situation issues or job security issues. The list really goes on forever. And we all experience and perceive chronic stress individually. But this kind of stress can take its toll on our bodies and present us with health challenges if not dealt with and coped with in a healthy way. The other type of stress is a voluntary stress. This is the type of stress that we willingly participate in order to have a health benefit. Intermittent fasting is super popular right now. That's where you go without food for a period of time. That's a stress on your body. And that stress is a good stress that will improve your health. And people do it for a variety of reasons, but it's very effective. Lifting weights is another voluntary stress. When you stress your muscles, you're tearing them and they rebuild stronger and healthier. And over a period of time, you get stronger and healthier. Taking a cold shower or jumping in a cold lake, this is a stress to the system that has health benefits. And playing sports and doing cardiovascular exercises like running or cycling. These are all stresses on your system that have health benefits. And that's what we want to do. If you participate in these things under times of chronic stress, like the COVID-19 health emergency, your overall health is going to improve. And that's what I want you to do. Just a little bit about the way this works. The body has a system called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or the HPA axis. And it's very elegant, super cool. Basically, this system regulates your immunity, your digestion, your mood, your sleep, how you use energy or how you store energy. And based on the type of environment you're in, like the stress environment, it either speeds up and slows down. It's very, very cool. And for the most part, this works great. It's awesome. But it does have if there's long-standing chronic stress, it can get compromised and you can experience problems with the same stuff: immunity, digestion, mood, sleep, so on and so on. Chronic stress can mess up the system. So we want to build resilience in the system. And basically, resilience is just your body's response to all this stuff the stressors that we're under. The problem is, under chronic stress, your resilience gets lowered, and the chronic stress state, like the always having maybe blood pressure issues or heart rate issues or breathing issues or mood or sleep or immunity, if those systems are compromised, your resilience is low. okay? And so if you use exercise the way I'm going to explain it, your resilience can come back up, even, you know, in crazy times of COVID-19. So exercise, if used like medicine, if you respect the exercise, it can improve your health. And so you don't want to do too little of it. You don't want to do too much of it. You want to do just the right amount at the right time. So if you're under chronic stress, you're going to want to be exercising, but just the right amount. So in order to do this, we want to use interval-based training, high-intensity interval-based training. So let's spend a few minutes talking about this slide, okay? High intensity. So when you do this exercise, you're going to want to work hard. It's normal to be sweating and to be pushing your body while you're doing high intensity interval training. When you do the exercise, you're going to pick things you can do in the comfort of your home, like a push-up or a squat or running in place or a dip or a plank. There's a variety, mountain climbers, burpees. There's a variety of exercises you can choose from, and you're going to do them in intervals. 30 seconds is what I recommend. Okay. You can do longer, you can do shorter, but I say keep it simple. Do your workout for 30 seconds, you do your exercise for 30 seconds, and then rest for 30 seconds. And then do another interval, 30 seconds. It could be the same exercise, it could be a different exercise, and then rest for 30 seconds. I would recommend doing about 7, 8 to 10 cycles of your exercises. Try and target all the muscle groups. You basically have 3 major muscle groups that I want you to target: your legs, your chest, and your back, and maybe your core if you're really motivated. So 3 plus 1. So do some squats, do some lunges, do some push-ups, try some dips, a run in place, do a plank, do a bridge. But again, you do the exercise for 30 seconds and then you rest for 30 seconds. This should take about 10 to 15 minutes to accomplish. Now, what's going to happen to your body when you do this? It's going to be the voluntary stress that I talked about. So you're going to be working hard, you're going to be breaking a sweat, and you're going to be tired after it. But it's going to increase your resilience. And so when you deal with like the low grade chronic stress, you're going to be better adapted to that because your HPA axis will be better honed by this voluntary stress that you put on the body. How many days a week? I recommend twice, okay? So 2 days a week with a couple days off is perfect. You may be saying to yourself, that's not enough, or that's too much. I'm not sure what you're saying actually. But under times of chronic stress, in order to use a voluntary stress to better adapt you, you don't want to overdo it, okay? So this is not something that I recommend doing every day. If you do it 2 days a week and you feel like you are doing fine after a couple weeks, you can push it a little bit and do it every other day. But I would keep it about there because, again, exercise is medicine, and even you want to respect the exercise, okay? You don't want to do too much. So 2, maybe 3 days a week, interval-based training. You can pick your exercises, or you can contact me. I can help you decide which ones you can do based on your background and your ability. And last but not least, take it slow. You don't need to push yourself and, really attack this day one. Feel it out, see what your body does, especially 2 days after you do the exercise. So if you exercise and you're super sore, like the next day and the day after that, and then the day after that, take it easy. Maybe you only do 1 session this week. So really listen to your body while you're doing it. If movements are hurting, your knees are bugging you when you're doing squats, or your shoulders hurt when you're doing push-ups, pick another exercise or modify it so it doesn't hurt. This is not something you have to try and do to some level that's not within your comfort zone. You want to exercise during times of chronic stress, and your resilience will be a lot higher, and you'll be better adapted to deal with that chronic stress. And so that's my encouragement for you. Reach out to me with questions, and I appreciate your time tonight, and thank you very much.